So I asked a question over on Twitter whether Soul Calibur 6 should be fixed or should they just move on to Soul Calibur 7, and I got very interesting answers from both sides. Obviously some agreeing with Soul Calibur 6 needing a fix, and obviously Soul Calibur 7 being an actual thing. And again, I think everyone would gladly love Soul Calibur 7. I think everyone can agree on that. But I think why people agreed with Soul Calibur 6, which I'll mention in this video, does actually tell something which Bandai should probably listen to, and maybe we can potentially even get that. Now, what inspired me to actually ask this question was really due to Virtual Fighter, and obviously I think it was Virtual Fighter 5 Revo, or if I'm saying it incorrectly. Basically, that's just like an updated version of that game, with obviously better online, crossplay and stuff like that. And that kind of obviously initiated this idea of, oh, where had they done this with Soul Calibur 6? I mean, I think that game has a way better chance and a lot easier chance than something of previous Soul Calibur games, because Soul Calibur 6 was obviously released in 2018, and that's not really that far off. Like, you can actually really update that game, fix some of the things, and actually get that working. But again, I want to actually explain both sides of why I think Soul Calibur 6 should be made, and also kind of the drawbacks and why they should also make Soul Calibur 7. If we were to theoretically obviously fix Soul Calibur 6, then obviously adding rollback and better netcode is just naturally needed for this game, as that's one of the main reasons why Soul Calibur 6 met its untimely end, because, well, just really needed it in 2020 when we was all indoors for obvious reasons. I can't really say it because YouTube, I think, still punishes you for saying said word. But again, I think honestly we need definitely rollback netcode, and everyone can agree on this one that this game definitely needs that. It's like top priority. Everything else is more of like an additional thing. Like, again, we could use, I don't think another season. I know a lot of people did say we can use a season 3 perhaps, and I actually wouldn't mind that, but I don't know if they would. But I would like to see obviously the likes of, I don't know, maybe Lizardman and Brock to actually be included. Now, I don't really like these characters, or okay, I don't really like Lizardman. I have actually a little bit of a grudge with him, slightly because of Soul Calibur 2 and also his moveset. But I generally wouldn't mind his inclusion in the game as an actual playable character, because it's just literally a guy with a sword and a shield. Or I think, does he have an axe in 5? I could be wrong. But again, his inclusion would be really great. Some of you also said to like basically touch up on the graphics, sort of like remake it, and honestly I don't know, because Soul Calibur 6's actual presentation is really good actually. I don't think there's that much problems when it comes to the faces. I know I have my gripes a little bit with Soul Calibur 6 and how the art style is, but I think honestly it should probably stay the same, because it does make, well, what Soul Calibur 6 is all about. Like, how it looks is just very much of what the game is. So I think honestly we could probably keep that and just leave it as it is, because it doesn't really need much. Obviously make it probably so it's like obviously better resolution, I would say, for modern consoles like the PS5, if they already haven't. I think they pretty much abandoned this game anyway, so I don't think there was actually a PS5 or like Xbox Series X sort of edition. And heck, now that we got the Switch 2 in the mix, they could probably dump it on that, like all platforms and stuff like that, upgraded to run at 60 4K or something like along those lines. But again, that's probably what I would say. I don't know if there's really much you could do with Soul Calibur 6. I think you can also do maybe like another mode, preferably Weapons Master mode, because that was actually really fun. And that's actually very basic when I think about it, like how that's make. It's not like a full cinematic story. Is literally like multiple challenges in each battle, like, oh, you have to fight all these enemies, oh, there's like win conditions going on. So I think honestly, if Soul Calibur 6 can have something like that, I think it would keep a lot more people playing, especially the casuals. Forgot the second elephant in the room, which was Reversal Edge. If they can somehow just remove that, that would be great, as I've always been confused about Reversal Edge. Honestly, since I first touched Soul Calibur 6, I remember when playing, and obviously we were just like honestly confused, like, why did it just slow down? It just ruined the whole flow of it, and honestly we just need that removed. Now, would Bandai actually go out of their way to deliver this? I don't really know, but it would actually be a lot easier than making a full-fledged from the ground up game like Soul Calibur 7. But again, they might not bother with Soul Calibur 6 and just apply all of these, I guess, issues and kind of like, you know, jot them down as notes for Soul Calibur 7 and what to do and what not to do, which I kind of already made a video, which if you haven't obviously watched that, go ahead and then come back to this video or just watch it afterwards. A lot of you guys did actually say to just move on with Soul Calibur 7, which I can totally understand. They could just learn the mistakes from the game and just improve with a better outlook overall. Like obviously again, this game would need a better budget because that's kind of what really limited Soul Calibur 6 in the first place, which I've already mentioned again in my previous video. So I think honestly if they could do this and actually improve like the mechanics, the modes and stuff like that, the art style, then I think Soul Calibur 7 would naturally be praised upon by a lot of people if done right, of course. But that is totally up in the air and how they do that. I think it's very likely that Soul Calibur 7 would happen quicker than Soul Calibur 6 being fixed. But again, both can actually happen, and I think we shouldn't obviously look at Soul Calibur 6 as such a negative way, because I'm not saying a lot of you do, a lot of you guys do, but I remember seeing a little bit of comments saying, yeah, the game should just be buried, left to obviously just die out. It's a dead game, why bother with it, sort of thing. And I kind of found that kind of shocking, considering that this game was actually really good. It wasn't like bad, but yet some people kind of view it that way. But I think honestly if we can actually have Soul Calibur 6 be fixed, it would give them enough time to work on a Soul Calibur 7. So we wouldn't have to obviously wait such a terrible time for it to be made. Obviously we've kind of waited a long time as it is, because obviously the game came, well, Soul Calibur 6 came out in what, 2018? So again, that is pretty much a long wait when you think about it, like in 2025 and obviously beyond. So yeah, that's kind of a terrible wait, and if Soul Calibur 6 was to be actually fixed, then it wouldn't be so bad and it would actually be bearable at least. The idea of Soul Calibur 6 being fixed is naturally a fascinating one because it could actually happen or it could not, but I still wanted to make a video out of it nevertheless. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to also hit the like button and subscribe for more Soul Calibur content. Obviously I haven't actually uploaded as much because I've been sick, so I've just mainly been posting stuff on Twitter and stuff like that, which you should also go ahead and follow me if you haven't, because, you know, sometimes I post updates regarding, you know, situations sometimes, or just general polls and stuff like that, and interesting discussions. If you're down for that, then definitely go ahead and follow my Twitter. But without further ado, peace out guys, and again, have a lovely day.